listeners. Hi, Lardites. Hi, LBL. Yeah, that's right. I know I'm naming your animals because you put it in front of us. You put your animals, reptiles, etc., in our faces and wanted us to bond with them because they were your sidekick. You want to act like, oh, it's a troll that's demented because they remember every animal and fish you had. Well, you know what? At least some of us do, because you don't. If you were to list off all of the animals, reptiles, birds, I mean, come on, that you've had, LBL, and that you no longer have, there is no 12-year-old boy that has a worse track record of no longer having said animals. In fact, most of them, they would have had enough self-control to not have had. So, this new crapola about Friday, Dupid, shut the frickin' running off. It's because you haven't trained him. You haven't trained the animal. You have no idea how to conduct yourself, let alone train an animal. Yes, that poor thing doesn't know how to sit, doesn't know where to shit, and sure as hell doesn't know how to be walked on a leash because you have not taught him. You are not being victimized by Friday. What did she expect? What did LBL expect? That Friday Doobie was going to be like, oh, you want to take me out for a walk? Oh, how nice. Why don't I walk side by side with you as you toggle around and pretend like you have a limp because other people are watching? Okay? Yeah, let's do that, and let's leave the other mouths behind. Ha ha ha. Let's go get a martini with 6 olives in it and a bowl of nuts while we're at it, okay? What the? It's a freaking dog that you've not trained, you freaking idiot. Anyway, so, she's back to trying to get her audience. Her audience right now is not playing into her games. So she's developing a narrative that she's trying to live within her means. So she starts with, you know what? This is a dupe for Chanel. Like, I really wanted this bronzer from Chanel. You know, really wanted it. It's $58. So you know what? I went and I found, because, you know, I'm a person of not a lot of means. I have an apartment, 1 car, you know, not a lot of extra money. There's no reason I need that Chanel bronzer. So I went out and I found a dupe. No. You fat, ugly, toothless, dirty looking baby, like somebody said so wisely. No! You are a welfare queen who's lived off of other people's taxes for 3 decades. You don't earn anything. You have no means. Those people that you've taught your son to call peons because they work at Walgreens, you're lower than them because you can't even get a job at Walgreens. You live off of other people. You are a cockroach. Without another living host, which is the government, you could not survive. Without your mommy, you couldn't survive until you got the welfare tick. So, you're on welfare. You sure as hell don't need Chanel makeup, okay? And if we want to get into semantics, I have another video on here where I have, or vlog, whatever we want to call these things, that describes what's in a brand and why a brand gets the money that it does. She doesn't understand because she thinks that she can go and look at what somebody else has made, go and make it herself, put it online, and get the same amount of money that the original artist did. Of course, when she's in one of her out-of-body experiences making this art, that she doesn't know how it happens because she can't show us how she gets any of this, which means she's getting it counterfeit from Eduardo in the Philippines or what. Where is he, I wonder? Where is he? He hasn't been giving her stuff lately. Huh. But so half of the stuff she's getting is just knockoff, or she got something counterfeit from Wish, whatever, and then she puts a couple beads on it and then wants to hold it up and say that she made it herself and it's diamonds and silver and all this. It's like, no, it's not. And then she'll sit there and pimp it, and all of her lowly servants know that if they don't give her something, which is money, then she'll start to call them out, and they fear her wrath. So they'll buy her ugly ass jewelry, not because it's anything they want, it's because they're feeding the pig. So she's saying, I live in Phoenix where there are people making meth 6 blocks down from me. What do I need to be carrying a Chanel bag or wearing Chanel makeup for? I mean, there are cute outfits at Walmart. I like them. Yeah? And that's what the rest of us have thought all of our freaking lives, and the way that we do practice, we just don't define every single day of getting up, going around trying to buy things we can't afford, and then taking them back the next day. And then buying something that's lesser cost and still returning it, and then going to the Dollar Tree and then still returning it. All of those nail polishes she gets, paints her nails once, takes back the next day. Yuck. Okay? We know she doesn't wash her hands. So, duping a Chanel. Okay. If we want to go into this. Okay, yes, those things are outrageously. Chanel is outrageously priced up. It's because of their brand. It's because of the exclusivity. It's you can't buy it every single place. It's that the people they hire to pimp their product are cultivated and have to adhere by certain restrictions and a moral code. Their advertising and what they put into it is expensive, and you pay for all of that when you have it, so that you have that brand. And you know, if you're a person who's buying it, then you've decided that that's a luxury that you can't afford. I love Mademoiselle. It's a fragrance from Chanel. I indulge. I can't afford Chanel makeup for myself. I mean, if I don't wear a lot of makeup. I went years without wearing makeup. Okay. I don't do anything to my skin. I don't have a skincare ritual. I don't do anything. And I'm knocking on number 50 for my B-days. So I don't if I were to say that, you know what, I want this $58 bronzer from Chanel, I could justify it, because I don't think I spent $20 on makeup total in 5 years. You know, it's like I'll get something that's like on clearance or whatever, and maybe spend, you know, $100 here, but then that's gonna last me like 4 or 5 years. You know, it's like, so if I wanted to justify it, I would, but then that would mean that, okay, then I'm not going to do this, or, you know what I mean? It's like, there's ways to do this and that, and arguably, if that's what she wanted, she could do it, because then she'd be giving up something else. But that's the thing, she doesn't want to give up something else. She wants to have it all. She's going to go out to eat 3 times a day, have 4 special coffees that wound her, that shock her. Ow, that shocked me. Don't even get me started on that nitro coffee BS, okay? But anyway, so those top brands are, so this perfume, let's use this, I love Chanel Mademoiselle, okay? And as I was formerly a fragrance department manager, I understand the making behind the high-end fragrances, and they cultivate from the finest products, and they're consistent. So I can have Mademoiselle 5 years ago and Mademoiselle today and buy the same bottle and have the same scent. Now, there are people who will argue that in Europe, France especially, where they are known for their perfumes, Mademoiselle smells different when you buy a bottle of it from France. Okay, that kind of thing. I don't know what gets different in the heat and what, I don't know. But anyway, they can tell you exactly where they've cultivated this. They can tell you where this is. Just like Flower Bomb from, that's my second favorite. I like, oh Lord, I gotta get something up. Oh, there. Flower Bomb is my second favorite. So, no. There we go. Flower Bomb is my second favorite. So if we were to go and talk about Flower Bomb, Victor and Rolf, they can tell you how many flowers, where those flowers were picked, how those flowers were, I think it's like 16,000 flowers in every ounce. I don't know. I can't remember. Remember, my COVID brain is in full effect. But anyway, it's like this extraordinary amount of flowers that then are procured and extracted. The fragrance is there, blah, blah, blah. There are certain flowers that are only grown for this brand. So let's say, literally, this is true, there are farms in France that specifically grow these flowers for this buyer. And then in the way that those roses are fed, raised, cared for, etc., is a standard. Okay, so everything there from seed to fruition and the extracting process is done in a way that is so well documented that they can say that this is how this much is worth, that there was this much put into the growth of the flower and its extracting process, etc., and then it is made into this and is made into this, and that's how then that's concentrated form is put into this and this and this, and it is of the highest product expectation, and all of these checks and balances are along the way so that it's consistent, it's not going to expire, it will last for years, its value point is there. So if we were to do that and say for those two, so Chanel, Mademoiselle, I don't know as much about that because they weren't into advertising as much as Flower Bomb is, because it's the top selling fragrance. I don't know if it is this year or not, but it was a few years ago. So anyway, that's why those fragrances are so expensive, but so worth it. It's a splurge, and like I'll wait until the holidays to get the best value for my money. I'll get the holiday, usually if you're into expensive ass perfume like me, then what you've got to do is you've got to wait until the holidays. Valentine's Day is also a good one. And then you go up and you wait and you come in the evening and you look for the brand ambassador. Like usually, Saturday afternoon and a holiday when everybody's there is the best time to get the best deal. Look for the brand one. Don't look for the employee that's sitting there eating grapes and crackers behind the counter, okay? Look for the brand ambassador and say, hey, look, this is what I want. What can you give me to make it worth my while? Can you give me some samples? Can you do this? Can you give me a purse atomizer? I want this, but, I can't really justify it. Well, they're going to do something to sweeten that deal because they need it for their brand to be able to say that they're doing that, because most of those brand ambassadors are also called models. And so for their time and their modeling this product, they need that sale. And then you're going to get a great thing. So like I usually get it. So yeah, I'm going to pay more up front, but it's double what I would have gotten at any other point of the year. So then it's going to last me how many years, provided my daughter doesn't steal it again. Because that's what happens when you have a really nice perfume that then your daughter smells and is like, I like that bottle. How about if it's in my room? Yeah, right. That's what happened. It's a true story. So anyway, that's where that branding is, and their makeup is the same. So then, you can say, okay, this product is here, this is there. So it's going to be on your skin. It's not going to hurt your skin. It's not going to have these fillers that are not optimal, etc., etc. It's not going to cause a reaction. If it causes a reaction, you're going to be able to have that product guarantee. You're going to be able to go to that person who sold it to you and you're going to get your money back. Of course, we know she abuses that, but that's what it's there for. Now, let's turn it into, there are basically three rulers of the world as far as it goes to buyers and whatnot. So you've got Estee Lauder Corp, which owns Coach, which owns Michael Kors, which owns basically every brand you get is going to be like Johnson & Johnson or Estee Lauder. There's these giants, okay? So let's bring it over to, because she was talking about L'Oreal Evive, okay? Let's go. Because we can say in that same thing that the same process is true, because L'Oreal is actually going to be a good brand because it comes down from Kerastase. So Kerastase is your salon brand, and it has that same thing where it can say the same as the perfumes, that it has this much and this much, and it's the finest products, right? And it's guaranteed, it's exclusive, only sold in salons, blah 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 blah. Now, yes, they've had some of their Kerastase brand they're allowing in Target, but not the full line. So you go down from that. Well, if you have all of this fine stuff that goes in this exclusive thing, then you have this middle product, and then you have the shit product, right? So what do you do with all of that? What do you do with these stems and stuff that didn't make it through that? Well, you have a secondary line of products. So L'Oreal is the downline product of Kerastase. Okay? So while she's sitting there pimping L'Oreal is this great thing, she's not smart enough to know that that's the dupe, if we want to. She's using the word dupe incorrectly. She's acting like it's the same product and it has the same reaction. It's not. It's a downline product of. So when she's saying, oh yeah, you can get a dupe, it's the same bronzer as Chanel. No, it's not, because it does not have the same ingredients that are procured in the same way, that are assured that they do not have fillers and silica and blah blah, whatever else people have allergies to, and that it's not good for your skin, and doesn't have a built-in sunscreen, all the things that those higher end things do to make your skin look good and not need less products, whatever. I'm not going to say that, oh yeah, this is worth it or that, because I'm not that person. I honestly do live within my means, and I don't spend my lifetime going and buying and returning and trying to say that one justifies the other when I'm a freaking welfare queen, because I'm not one, because I don't lie. I don't live a lie like she does. So anyway, that's my 2 cents in her BS dupe thing that she's trying to get viewers for. So a dupe, it's a Dupid. So basically, Lori Beth, you're a freaking Dupid. You're a stupid Dupid, because that is not a dupe. It is not a dupe at all. You can say, it's a similar color, because maybe that's true, but to say that it's a dupe of Chanel is wrong, and I would love for Chanel to come after your big fat cottage cheese ample frickin' pig ass for copyright infringement. And then she's saying don't listen to anybody who has links, because then they're getting paid from that. That's because every advertiser that gave you a chance had to pull, because you were being disgusting on your channel, pulling down your pants and being drunk and zoned out on Xanax and Ambien and everything all at the same time, and then telling people that if they didn't buy this from you, you were going to come hunt them down. Don't get me started on her love for Irma and how she told Irma that there's going to be a gun show that she wants to go in, so she wants to find a gun-toting man. Like, no. And by the way, Jules has her by the huevos, because her last video showed that she went and got pom-pom groomed too, because Jules so wonderfully said on the Gossip Bakery about how ridiculous it is that she sits there and acts like she's a hotshot because she goes and gets one animal groomed and doesn't do the other. Just like how she used to do with Bella and Pom Pom. And so she'd take Pom Pom out and not Bella. And now that Friday Dopey is here, then she's doing that. So Jules calls it out in the bakery about how unfair and horrible it looks. So then, she thinks, oh, other people might think that too. So she goes and gets freaking Pom Pom groomed and then has to put it all over. Like, other people just get their freaking animals groomed and they don't need to make a YouTube about it. Okay? It's just part of being a responsible pet owner. But anyway, Jules has her by the shorties on the huevos. Go, Jules. You got her. You've got her good. And then some of the pictures, like I say, I'm cracking up because I can read the comments, but they won't ever make it to the page because they're flagged. So I can read them. And when I saw the comment that was near her picture that said she looked like a big, fat, old, toothless, dirty, ugly baby, I almost, well, thanks to my Crohn's, I can't trust a fart, so I would say I'd almost pee my pants. I probably won't shit my pants. I'll just say that. So anyway, yeah, because I actually have illnesses that I don't get SSI from because there's jackasses like her that do. So, and that was so funny. I either almost shit my pants or peed my pants. Either one, I was laughing so hard that it could have made a big, terrible mess. And it didn't, thank God. But, I couldn't stop then looking at that picture because it does. I mean, could you imagine? I mean, because it is. I mean, yeah. So, big fat old ugly toothless ugly dirty baby. Look at the picture. Look at the picture where she's laying there like that, looking like that. And you tell me if you don't almost shit your pants or pee your pants, whatever. You don't have just see if you don't have like an almost needing a diaper incident. Okay, I'm just saying. So anyway, have a great week, y'all. I love your comments. I love your support. And just because it doesn't make it to the page doesn't mean I don't see it. So thank you so much. Share my stuff into the bakery so other people see it too, okay? Thank you. Have a great week. Bye.